Hello everyone, today we'll be doing a toy review for something that came out with the Kamen Rider Wizard toy line. We'll be working on the Hurricane W.A.P figure, Hurricane style. And if you don't know much about Kamen Rider Wizard, it's kind of very... If you think of this guy, Cyclone Joker from the Double, with a sword, and in more of the wizard style. That's basically the Hurricane style. One last thing before we continue. Somebody in Williamsville, New York loves you. See? We don't know who, but someone does. Thank you. Okay, now, as you see in the background, I kind of, for a Christmas present to myself, I picked up the DX belt. And it's kind of nice sound effects, and I don't know if you like henshin belts or not, but it's kind of neat. It's not the best, it's not the worst, but it's neat. I'm digging it. Alright, now let's get on to toy reviews. Here we are. This is, as I see, Kamen Rider Wizard's Hurricane style figure. On the box, it is talking about the light feature that's on his face, as well as the action please mini poses. The body is very posable. That's what it's basically saying. The price tag, I got this toy this time from Yamada Denki. This price is from 1,820 yen, which is fairly cheap. The internet price, the website, the Bandai website is listing it as 2,600 yen or something of that sort. So Bandai is saying it's about 28, 29 American dollars. Of course, there are stores that are selling it cheaper. Most stores are selling it for 2,100 yen. I saw one store selling it for 17,000, but I got mine for this price. Okay, let's take a look at the side of the box. Here we have him shooting strike. And on the other side, kick strike. On the bottom of the box, there's really nothing to really talk about, except for a description of what's inside. On the back of the box, on the top part, we have slash strike. Forgive there was a security sticker on this I kind of removed. I'm sorry. This also shows the light feature of the face. Okay, moving on. Like the other Kamen Rider Wizard W.A.P figures so far, he has two accessories. His accessories are a gun and the sword. Basically, it's the same weapon, but it changes into a gun to a sword. His gun has the hand closed, and there is no extra paint on the side. His sword has his hand open, and as you see, there's extra green detail here, as well as here. Now, if you've seen my short stop-motion movie, you can use this as a stop-motion feature of having it open and close if you buy another figure with the same weapon with the hand closed. Alright, now to activate this toy's feature, very simply take this tab out from the back to get the batteries to meet. There's to get the head to the face to light up, press this button. There's a small light bulb inside the head that lights up. This feature and gimmick does not detract from any articulation points. His head, as you see, moves around quite freely to some extent. The collar is the only thing that's blocking him. full movement. His waist is also fairly articulated. This is a nice idea because a lot of the toys in the past that have had a light up feature would have some sort of problems with articulation. Next, let's move on to his arms. His arms are movable at the shoulders. His biceps have a swivel. And his elbow is movable. His wrist is also movable. And his hand is broken down to 2 fingers each. Now, the detail on his hands are the same as the other figures. On one hand, there's a silver power-up ring, and on the other hand is a green henshin ring. The green ring kind of detracts a little bit from the movement of these 2 fingers from moving up, but it's alright. Now, a detail on the cape is this nice little chain. Okay. The legs are fairly well articulated. Unlike the other figures such as Forze and Double and O's, his leg is not held together by a ball joint. As you see with Double, there's a ball that connects the leg to the hip. He is connected by another joint. He's able to do a split to ride the bike that he has, and he's able to move forward. The jacket or cape does inhibit some movement. It is not completely flexible, but it is somewhat decent to move around. Okay. He has a swivel on his thigh, and his knees can bend. His foot at the ankle is on a ball joint, which gives him a lot of movement options. This toy by itself is a fairly well articulated toy and a fairly decent toy. It's also a little cheaper than some of the other figures, especially the SIC, I think it's called, figures that are almost the same but do not have this light up gimmick. Might have a few more articulation points or a few more accessories, but this is, for my dollar, this is the better toy. Okay. Now, one last thing before I go is that I had a viewer ask me, I think he was from the UK, he or she was from the UK, and they asked me how tall these toys are. And that's a good point. How tall are these toys? Well, let me bring out a toy to compare him with. Let me bring out this Transformer. Now this Transformer is shorter than he is, as you can see. Well, the back is taller. But if you don't have this toy, this Transformer, then how can you exactly compare him? Well, I got this ruler for you. Approximately, this toy is, it kind of gets up to the 15 centimeters mark. Almost 15 centimeters, which is about nearly 6 inches. Okay, if you are an American, nearly 6 inches. So, yeah, almost a 6-inch figure, and it's pretty decent. Although it is kind of repetitive to have the same gimmick for each of the colors, I think my understanding is when they're going to do the power-up of the dragon form, it's going to be more interesting, and I'm waiting for that. The 4th version, the ground version, is set to come out in 2 weeks or so, and around that time I'll get him and interview it, do a review of it. These figures are somewhat popular. The toy line and the character is somewhat popular, and a lot of the toys from this toy is being sold. Excuse the train that just passed by. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you have any comments, please leave a comment and I will approve when I get the chance. Have a good day.